I just now realized that my microphone was muted this whole time that I was talking. We can't hear you. Yeah, I'm aware. Hopefully I just fixed it. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you all are having just as wonderful a day as I am. Tomorrow, I'm going on vacation for a week. So I decided, you know what, let's just do one quick live stream before I'm leaving. I figured that would be a good idea. Can't believe they're making a My Little Pony live-action movie. I have so many questions about that, really. Because, truth be told, I have no idea. How are you gonna make that work? Can you make that work? Can you make a My Little Pony live-action movie work? I don't really see how that's going to work. Because the thing that makes My Little Pony as fun and as enjoyable as it is the fact that it's animated, it's a fantasy show, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, what is the point in making such a thing live action? Now, I will say, I find it a lot more surprising that people are actually surprised by this anymore. You know what, I'm actually just kinda... Let me try to set this up a little better. Because that microphone is driving me insane in how I set this up. That should be it. It's gonna be like the Minecraft movie, so it's going to suck, is basically what you're trying to say. The My Little Pony movie, like the Minecraft movie, really? That is gonna be horrible, not gonna lie. I do not have a lot of high hopes for something like that anymore. The Minecraft movie, okay, so let's be fair towards a Minecraft movie, and let's actually just, let me just grab the, I made a letterboxd on it a little while ago. Let me just grab it real quick. So, actually, I don't think I made a letterboxd on it, actually. Oh wait, I did. It was my first letterboxd. Never mind. So here's the thing about this, right? A Minecraft movie, for what it was fine. But it just... I personally just really did not care for it that much. A lot of people did. It was a huge hit when it came out, and it was perhaps one of the biggest successes we've seen in a long time. And I reckon there is a reason for that. It's just I haven't been able to see it. I do know that a lot of people just really enjoy seeing all of these things that they recognized from the game, and that people just found it really enjoyable for that alone. I get that. But it's just not something that appeals to me personally. I would much rather just watch literally anything else besides a Minecraft movie if I can. So that's what I do. What kind of games do you live stream on your channel? Calling me curious. By the way, while we're doing this, I just wanted to tell you guys a little something about what's going to happen with live streams on this channel, because it's been a little bit since I did any live streams, and there's a lot of reasons for that. The biggest one being I've just been really busy with a lot of stuff, but also live streaming in general just really doesn't really do it for me as much as it once used to. I don't really find it all that enjoyable anymore. I don't really find doing this all that much fun to do anymore, especially because a lot of the live streams that I do, like I do a lot of chill streams, and that is literally all that I've done since the very inception of this channel. But it's just that I don't really know where to take my live streams anymore recently, for a number of reasons. But also my setup is just really not designed anymore for doing any live streams. Like my main display, which is what I'm currently looking at right now, and it's what my webcam is currently sitting on, is an ultra wide. And the reason why I got an ultra wide is because it would help me a lot with my editing work, because editing on just a 6x9 display, which is what I'm showing you right here. This is just a normal display that I got going on. By the way, Therian wallpaper. Hoo-hoo. Fun, fun, fun. And it's just... But an ultra-wide is not exactly designed for doing live streams. Now, I could potentially do ultra-wide live streams if people would be interested in that, but... Honestly, I don't really know... I don't really see... that many people being interested in a live stream like that, unless I'm streaming something like Doom the Dark Ages or maybe GTA. I don't know, but you know, Disney Speedstorms, anime games, Minecraft, and Marvel Rivals. Be very careful with the anime games that you play. Because a lot of them, I don't know if you know this, but the Japanese tend to be very out there when it comes to their content. Just saying. Like some of the stuff that's going on in some Japanese games is just absolutely wild. Also, please be patient for if I don't read any of your messages the very second that you're sending it to me. Chances are I'm either doing something else, or I'm talking about something, or there's something else going on. So just keep that in mind. I will eventually get to your message when you send something. Just, please be patient. Zenless Zone and Genshin Impact. Okay, yeah, those are fine, I guess. Man, I haven't played Genshin Impact in quite some time. I haven't actually... it's funny. I tried getting into Genshin Impact quite some time ago. It's just that Genshin Impact just doesn't really... catch my interest the same way that a lot of other games have in recent years. If anything, I just got really bored of it after a while. So, I don't know. I do not know what an Archon is. On my American server, okay. I completely forgot that Genshin Impact had servers, but if that is even what you're talking about still, but you know. I'm not in a very good position to be flipping right now, but I'm still just gonna do it because why the heck not? I'm gonna try to do my usual combo. That failed horribly. Wow, that was bad. It was really bad. It's because I'm in such a cramped space. Being in such a cramped space really does not do me any wonders for when I tried to flip right here. Archers are gods in Genshin. Yeah, so I was correct about it being Genshin Impact related that you were mentioning. I have a Hydro Archon. Her name is Furina? I don't know. Sorry, I suck at pronouncing names properly. I can't do this one trick right anymore. Hang on. I should be able to do this. It's not even that hard of a trick. And yet I'm making it look incredibly difficult in my current position. Let me actually just... We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Right? Hang on. Oh! Ah! Okay, come on. Live ballad song flipping. Here we go. That was a terrible example. Okay. Let's do this. Behind the 8 ball, helix, whip rollover, aerial. Here we go. That's how you do it. Actually, let me do this with a ballad song. It will be a little bit more visible in the lighting that I currently have, because a white background. This thing is pretty white, so it's not gonna be especially visible. I'm gonna go grab a ballad song that might be a little bit easier to see in this current setup. All right. So watch this, guys. I got this whole pack, this whole thing, this whole case that I filled up with only ballad songs. It's absolutely ridiculous, the kind of stuff that I have here. And this is the one that I actually featured in a video that I made about ballad songs. So it's a little bit beat up. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on this camera, but it's kind of, yeah, you will not be able to see that, but it's pretty scratched up. It sounds like absolute garbage, by the way. I hate the way this thing sounds. She can walk on water. Okay, that is pretty dang sick. Walking on water is always a really sick ability for anything to have in any video game. Oh my god. This thing... I forgot how badly this thing flips. This thing was really not well thought out when it first came out. It also has the most ridiculous play that I've ever seen in any ballad song. It doesn't help that I beat this thing to shit, so it's kind of... It was kind of bound to happen anyway, that this thing would kind of flip like garbage, but I mean... I would expect this to be a little bit better in terms of flipping performance, even with how horribly I beat it up. Oh. God, I hate this thing so much now. Like, here's the thing about ballad song flipping. If you've been doing this for as long as I have, and you've been doing it long enough to where you have accumulated a pretty good collection, you start to realize how horrible some ballad songs truly are. And this thing is really not that nice to flip. Now that I've owned a number of other really cool and really sick ballad songs to flip. Hey Claire, welcome to the show! Did you know that the Minecraft movie came out on my birthday? That's pretty cool, I guess. Philip J. Fry, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my ballad song corner, I guess. Because that's what we're doing right now. We're flipping ballad songs. Can you guys even hear me correct from this angle? I don't know. I don't know if you guys can actually hear me correct, but, you know. Oh! Whoops. The ballad song corner. I hear ya. Okay, great. That's awesome. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna put this thing away because this thing just sucks to flip. Oh my god. What do I want to flip now? I have a... I have, like, 3 Bella songs sitting in this. I have 1 more over here. 2 over here. That's 3. And I have a bunch more. This is another one. I got another one over here, but this thing has kind of a loose screw, so I'm not going to be flipping this today. For that reason, I need to Loctite it. But that is a project that I'm going to get into later. Not today. And I do have this really not nice Bella song. Well, it's nice. It's a pretty good one. Also, Queen Day Night, please don't self-promote your stuff in my live chat, please. Just don't. So, here is my only live blade that I currently own. Live blade basically means that this thing is sharp. It's a really, really sharp one. Don't ask me why I own it. I just do, and I don't really flip this one for that very reason. I just don't... I have no interest in flipping something that is as sharp as this thing is. This thing can legitimately, seriously hurt me. So, I'm basically not ever flipping it. It's usually just sitting at my desk. I do like to have it as a box cutting tool. So if I ever have to open a box, I can do it with that. But I really don't use it ever for flipping. What Bella song should I flip? I do have this one. This one is kind of a classic. It's another one that I used in that that one video that I made on Bella songs a while ago. It also is suffering from some tolerance problems. And I think it also needs Loctite. But, you know, actually what I can do... Maybe I should just oil it. I have some Bella Song oil. This is Carbon Honey. And I like to use this for a number of reasons. For one thing, it's just going to make this thing a little bit better to flip. And it's also going to make it sound a lot better. So, we just drop a little bit of oil on there. A little of that, a little of this. On the other side as well. It doesn't need much. A little goes a long way. Just a really small, teeny tiny little drop. Alright. Nice shirt, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. My mother got this as a gift for me a little while ago. Alright, let's just... I'm gonna break this in a little bit. Oh, that immediately sounds so much better than it did just now. Alright, let's see what this sounds like now. Alright. I like that. That's good. So let's actually see if I can do much of anything with this. I do know how to do the basic opening of this. I don't flip this thing very often anymore, so I'm very curious to see if I can actually do much of anything with this. Oh my god, I can. Oh, oh, that is sick. Okay, let's just do my regular combo. I mean, it's a little choppy, but it works. Let's do a Chaplin on it, actually. Oh, ooh. That almost went completely wrong. Oh. Come on. Throw it into the other end. There we go. That's what you want to see. Now, what's cool is that this thing actually comes with... I didn't exactly talk about it in that big video that I made on these things, but this thing actually has an interchangeable weight system, so if I want to adjust the weights on it, I could. It's just that it's probably not going to be remotely worth it. At least not for what I want to do with this thing. Because the weight that it already has is actually pretty dang solid already. It's quite neutral. Oh, oops. Which I honestly just really like. None of this is probably going to matter to anybody. You're probably just here for my random rambles and for my flips. Or maybe you're not just even here for my flips. Maybe you're just here for me just sucking at ballad song flipping or something like that. I don't know. Oh. See, sometimes that just kind of happens where they just kind of get caught up in my hands or paws, whatever. I was expecting gameplay, but this is fine too. Yeah, I don't really... the thing with gameplay right now is that because I have an ultra-wide, doing gameplay during these live streams is going to be really, really, really weird. I might actually just play some fun games, you know. I could potentially play a little bit more Doom in a little bit. If people really want to see me play games or whatever, but we'll have to wait and see. So here I have a really interesting ballad song. It's completely made out of, well, it's not made out of. It's coated in something called Teflon, which gives it this beautiful purple color that is, of course, not going to show very well on the stream. But it's genuinely a really cool ballad song, and it sounds absolutely beautiful. Now, I honestly should not be flipping this over a hard floor, but that's also why I'm flipping over my chair right now. So, we're all good. Let's see if I can do anything with this. It's a lot more grippy than a lot of other ballad songs that I currently own. And in a lot of ways, I honestly also just think it's a little bit too grippy because it loves to just get caught up in my hands whenever I try to do anything. It honestly just... It doesn't necessarily suck to flip. It flips well. But in a lot of other ways, it also just... Woo! It also feels like it wants to just stop in its tracks while I'm trying to flip it. If that makes any sense. I had to make a call. Almost forgot. Be back if you're still on. I will probably still be on for quite a bit, so you're all good. Let's just... Oh yeah, that feels so good to do. I love this thing. I absolutely love this thing. This is absolutely great. So this is actually the best ballad song that I currently have in that one small case that I just showed. This thing right here, this thing is just the worst. And I know that it honestly also probably just needs a little bit of oil. Let me just... This is gonna be a good one. We're gonna maintain a couple of these things. We're gonna oil a couple of these. Just to make absolutely sure that they flip well. You see, the funny thing about ballad song flipping as well is that the more you flip, the more you learn tricks, the more your preferences change over time. So, hey, Kevin! Good to see you, man. It's great to have you with us today. But yeah, the thing with ballad song flipping is that the more you flip, the more your preferences change, the more that you start to realize what makes a ballad song good, what makes a ballad song bad, and, you know, all of that stuff. And this thing... Oh. Okay, this thing immediately just feels so much better after the lube. Let's actually see how it sounds. I'm actually quite curious about that. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh my gosh. Now granted, it's still a little dull sounding. But again, I did beat it to shit, so... That's probably why. Let's actually do a Helix song. I learned the Helix on this very ballad song. It still does not feel particularly great. But, I personally prefer the ninja throwing knives. Oh, you mean those, the shuriken, right? The shuriken is pretty cool, but my problem with shurikens is that you can't really do tricks with them the same way that you can do with a butterfly knife. So that's part of why I love the ballad song so much, is that you can do so many cool tricks with them. So that's why I use these things instead of literally anything else. Oh my god. That felt horrible. Okay. Yeah, this thing still sucks to flip. I hate it. I used to love the Morse. I used to love that thing. But ever since I got more stuff, it just got worse and worse and worse to flip. So they're mainly used... oh, yeah, self-defense and whatnot. I get you. In all fairness, ballad songs can be used the same way as well. Ballad songs can be used for self-defense, but... I mean, most people I know who are into ballad songs the same way that I am, use them for tricks. So we just do all sorts of crazy stuff like this, do it all around the index finger and thumb, and here we go. I also just get a little bit of oil on my fingers. No, that's honestly fine. Yeah, you do need some method of being able to defend yourself. Especially here in my hometown, it's just been getting crazier and crazier. Not all that long ago, actually, there was a shooting near where I live, so that was kind of crazy. Now, a big issue that I find with a lot of self-defense things is that a lot of the time they are just extremely illegal. So you're just not allowed to wield anything that would be even remotely close to a knife, for example. Because a lot of knives are just not allowed to own in the Netherlands. So that really sucks. Oh! Here I thought I would be able to catch it with my left paw. Of course. The one time I tried to do an aerial with my left paw, I drop it. Really freaking hard. I'm hoping it did not damage anything, because I actually kind of like the way this thing flips and how this thing looks. It's silver, and it's not going to show very well on camera right now, because this webcam is kind of... I don't want to say it's bad, but it's also not great. So okay. That's enough of that thing. There is one ballad song that I absolutely have adored ever since I got it, though, and that is this thing. This is the BB Firefly. It got some pretty thick handles. It's pretty dang big, and thus it can be a little weird to flip. But I'm gonna try it anyway. Oh. See exactly what I mean. I cannot even do a basic behind the 8-ball. If I want, I can buy an airsoft pistol just to protect myself. Oh yeah, airsoft. Aren't they sharp as well? Depends on the kind of ballad song that you get. Most of the ballad songs that I own are trainers like this. As you can see, it's a very, very, very blunt blade. It's not sharp at all, so I can just do this and that would be perfectly fine. Now, I do, however, own one that is actually sharp. And it's this thing right here. I got this on AliExpress one day. And obviously, if you get something from AliExpress, you're gonna receive it. It's gonna take a bit of time, but you're gonna receive it, and it's somehow gonna be able to get through customs. And you will own it, and you will have fun with it. Now, this thing, because of how sharp it is genuinely really, really, really dang sharp. So I'm not gonna be flipping this thing. Because I'm honestly just really, really scared that I'm gonna cut myself really badly, and I do not feel like doing that. I could try one of the tricks that I know how to do, but I'm not even gonna do that, because, like I said, I don't want to cut myself. Not here, not ever. So I'm not gonna do that. So the main thing that I'm gonna be flipping are trainers, and that's about it. That looks like a pocket knife. Well, kinda, yeah. But it's not a pocket knife in the traditional sense. It kind of is. But pocket knives are generally used for EDC stuff. They are generally used as tools. Balisongs used to be more like weapons. Actually, they kind of are just weapons. If you get the really, really sharp ones. However, they're not really used as weapons anymore. These days, they are used as more of a skill toy than anything else. Which, in all honesty, I think is perfectly fine. I think it's awesome that that these things are used as skill toys these days, because they are legitimately fun to play with. I'm a little rusty at this still, because I'm just not that great at this kind of stuff in general, but, I mean, I try. This is so far my favorite combo to do, because it's honestly the only combo I know how to do. But it's also just a really fun combo in general. I am currently learning to do another trick that I've been really enjoying to learn. I want to see if I can do it with another balisong of these. Oh, let me just put down these oil bottles. Yeah. Let's do it with this piece of shit. Also, some of these balisongs, fun fact, if you haven't noticed, some of these are bottle openers. So I could actually use some of these balisongs as bottle openers if I really wanted to, and I've done that on a number of occasions. Especially at parties, when I have family or friends over, I tend to just take out a balisong, with a bottle opener, of course, and just be like, oh, you wanted me to open your bottle? Here you go. And that's how I really do it. It also depends on how you look at it. Well, the law just says, oh, hey, that's a blade stuck to two handles that you can open by flipping it open. That's illegal. You are going to jail. So, yeah, there you go. Let's just... Whoa! I got a little bit too excited there, but let's see if I can do this trick. Not like that. Wow, that sucked. I want to try that again. I'm gonna get that trick. I'm trying to learn something that is called the cherry picker. So basically you flip it open with the basic opening, and then you roll it over your middle finger, and then you roll it over your index finger like this. And there you go. And I want to be able to do that smoothly. But of course I'm not going to be able to. Because I pointed out that I was going to do it, and then I didn't do it. Really sucks. My stupid fingers keep getting in the way. Alright. I never really did stuff with knives and stuff, but I am able to handle them really good. Well, that's at least something. I used to have a small knife, like a combat knife, but I left them at my parents' house. Rest in peace, pocket knives. Or combat knives, whatever you want to call them. Let me just do this real quick. Oh boy. Woo! That is still not the trick that I wanted to do, though. Come on. Ah, that was close, but oh my god. Come on. I can do this. I can do this. I'm getting so close. That could have been really bad. If this thing was actually sharp, I would have lost the finger there. Alright. It really doesn't help that it's incredibly hot right now and my hands are really sweaty. Yeah, sure, Koen. Always blame the humidity in your room. Blame your failure on others. On other sources. Ah, come on. Ugh. Okay. You get the idea. I'm gonna give up for the time being because this is getting ridiculous. But yeah, I look at this thing and I'm always just kind of thinking like, oh, what did I do to this thing? Because it's also just really dirty. It's really rusted. It's honestly just kind of... It's actually just really sad. It's safe there at least. Yeah. I get that. Alright. That's enough ballad songs for the time being. We're gonna leave it at that. I do still have a bunch of ballad songs just sitting in front of me. If I want to flip one, I will. But the ones in this box are all going in my closet real quick. And I just dropped my headset. Luckily it didn't sound like a really hard drop, so I'm hoping it still works. But there's only one way to find out, and we're gonna find out in just a second if it still works. Oh god. I mean, if it doesn't work anymore, I would be really, really, really upset. How did you get into that anyway? I got into ballad songs because I was still in college. I got into it in May of 2021. No, not in May of 2021. What the heck am I saying? I got into it in May of 2024 last year. And the thing is, I was still going to college, and I was not especially doing so well at the time. I was burnt out on a lot of stuff. I was honestly just kind of feeling hopeless in a lot of ways as well, and I just kind of wanted to get into some stuff to tie me over, to just kind of help me through some really hard times. And I came across a YouTube video by Mike Shake, who made a video on some basic ballad song tricks that you could do. He learned the basic open, which is this trick right here. He learned some thumb rollovers, which is this. He also learned something called the helix, which I'm gonna butcher trying to show you. I was like, I want to try that. And so I bought my very first ballad song a couple of months later after I saved up a little bit. I'll put it this way. I just started having absolutely no idea if this was a hobby that I wanted to continue doing. And then I ended up buying a bunch more ballad songs over time. And now I'm at a point where I got nearly 15 ballad songs or something like that. And I bought all of those within 8 months or something. So I started to take guitar lessons. That is pretty dang sick. That is really sick. How is that going so far? How is learning guitar working out for you so far? Color me curious. Really well. I am really glad to hear that. I'm gonna put this down. You know what I'll do? Because it's getting really, really hot. I have a big fan sitting here. I'm gonna turn it on real quick because it is getting extremely hot in my room. Also, when it's as hot as it is during these times, make sure you drink plenty of water. Oh. Don't be an idiot like me and barely drink anything for a whole day during days like this. It's really not a smart move to make. I'm growing out my hair. I'm growing it out for 5 months now. So you basically just got a really, really, really long hair at this point. That's awesome. At least you're in a position where you can do that. My hair has been thinning for about 6 years now, and it's not looking great. Like, basically, most of my hair right here on top of my head, it's basically all gone. And my hair back here is also not looking good. So, it's really bad. And I hate it. It's in its first awkward stage now. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Let me actually just... I want to listen to some lo-fi while I'm doing this live stream. Around the winter, I'll have hair around my shoulders. That is really nice. My hair grows really fast. I can honestly relate to that. I can relate a lot to that. Okay. What I want to do real quick, and I know I do this virtually every chill stream that I do anymore, is, of course, butchering my Minecraft... Oh, what did I do? That was my alerts thing. We're gonna play a little bit of this. Remember this? I mean, I'm sure everyone does. It's Minecraft. It's not like it's anything particularly crazy or anything. Let's play a little bit of this. The Minecraft server. If you want to play on the Minecraft server, by the way, the server address will be in the description down below. Feel free to join and feel free to play along with us on here. Don't mind the experience levels that I have over here. I know they're ridiculous, but yeah. I don't play fair on my Minecraft servers. My head has been a mess lately, so I'm going to someone to get sorted things out. So I reckon you're seeing a therapist then? If so, then honestly, I'd say you're doing a great job. Just seeing someone who can help you with that. Mental health problems are always very well worth talking to someone about. I wholeheartedly believe that. Some people have tried to argue with me in the past that talking to a therapist is just not worth it. And I know that it differs from one person to the next. I know that some people genuinely struggle talking to someone. But I think it's important that that if you're having mental health struggles, that you should talk about them with someone. Not necessarily with friends or family. They're great for moral support, but they are not great for mental health advice. For that kind of thing, you really should just talk to a therapist about your problems. That was just a little side tangent that I wanted to go on, though. I kind of feel like putting on some different music. I have this PSYT playlist that I have filled up with a lot of music that I used to listen to for quite some time on the PhoenixStarYT channel. Let's do that. My personal work guitar made it happen. Oh, Guider, sorry. Made it happen because she sees that I'm not okay. Because I'm cutting. Oh boy, yeah, that is definitely not a good thing to do. When you're isolating yourself at work or in general, that's not a good thing. I'm glad that you have colleagues who support you in that and who offer to help you in that. Especially when there's just a lot of people who would just pretend to care but not actually care. So what would end up happening is that they offer you moral support, but they don't actually try to help. Or they at least don't even try to think about helping you in any way. I'm surprised she noticed that as well. Well, yeah, if you work with people for a number of years, that's just something that you're going to see at some point. That is, if you genuinely care about the well-being of your workers. So, I'd say that's only a good sign that that your mental health struggles are being recognized and that you're offered help for it. I've worked with her for 3.5 years. That's pretty dang solid. And yeah, by that point, she would probably know you well enough to know when something is up. Oh, Jeebus. Believe me, she does. Yeah, I'm very sure. That's still really awesome, though. I'm really happy that you found yourself in a workplace where people would actually bother to help you out with mental health struggles that you're facing. I feel like the music's volume is really low, by the way. Let me just fix that real quick. There we go. That should be better. It's at that point that I don't have to say an awful lot. Because she feels it and she can read it off of me. That's a prime example of a good Bond. It sure as heck is. Now that is an example of a song that is just way too loud. Yeah, for some reason, for some of these songs, they're going to be a lot louder than others. And I don't know if that is because that's just the way that those songs are. Or if that is the way that iTunes interprets the music. Because to be clear, I'm playing my music through iTunes right now. And the reason why is because it works. It just does what it needs to do. And I'm perfectly happy with it. So I use it. Don't really care that much about how other people feel about iTunes or Apple in general. It works, and that's what matters for me. Not as loud as my music. Yeah, you would probably... I can only imagine how... what kind of music and how loud your music is when you're playing it at home. An old friend of mine would legitimately just... there's one friend of mine who... Or an old friend, I should say. Who I legitimately can see having gigantic speakers all over the place. And who would legitimately listen to his music at the max possible volume. If he could dial his music up to 11, he totally would. Not that it matters. If that's how you prefer your music, that's all fine. But I just think that's hilarious. Try and guess. Oh boy. I don't even freaking know. I can... For some reason, I always thought of you as a metal fan, but I'm not certain on that. I could be totally wrong. And knowing me, I'm probably totally wrong. Because I usually am. I'm an idiot like that. Not this time, I guess. Not that I blame you. Metal is a dang epic genre of music. Like, the Doom franchise actually gave me a huge appreciation for metal when I started playing that game. Doom 2016 in particular gave me a whole new appreciation for metal. I don't have any metal music on me right now. I know that I could potentially just grab the Doom 2016 soundtrack, but I don't want to do that right now. Maybe later. Yeah, I'd say that's about enough for the time being. I want to show you something that I've been working on lately, because I've actually been quite busy in this world. Did I really only have one diamond? My god. Okay. Orbit Culture, North Star, or Nija, or of Nija, sorry. Fair warning, it's pretty heavy. Heavy in what sense? Because heavy can be, it can mean a lot of different things when it comes to music, especially when it comes to metal. You'll find out. Oh boy. I probably will when I finally decide to listen to it. We'll have to see what happens there. Alright. Let's see. So down here, I've been quite busy with this gigantic basement. Where I want to put all sorts of stuff. I'm going to be expanding it a lot. I want to open up a door right over here to a home theater. For no other reason than I think it would just be sick to have. And this is going to become a big library of sorts. Now I'm going to need a lot more resources than what I currently have, but that's basically the gist of what I've been working on. Let me actually see if I have any cows over here. I definitely do not... there definitely are not any cows anymore in Phantom Falls because they have all been slaughtered in a very brutal fashion. You know, maybe I should actually just put down some torches around here as well. Otherwise, mobs are just gonna spawn all over the place around here. Okay, we do have some cows. But I kind of want to... I don't want to kill every single one of them. And in general, I definitely should just get some more over here. There we go. That's 8 leather. That's enough leather for, at the very least, 2 bookshelves, I think. If it seems like this is taking a long time, it's because it is. Making a library, especially with the limited resources that we have, we honestly should get a much bigger cow farm. Because this cow farm is just not going to cut it. I don't even know if I have any more paper on me, actually. I do. Don't I have any more? Really? That's all the paper I have. Okay. I gotta make some more paper then. Whoop. Cool. Okay, 6 books. Do we have any more sugarcane? In fact, we do. Cool. I let my parents listen to the music I listened to. Well, it's safe to say they thought I'm crazy. Oh, that's funny. It's always funny to see the kind of reactions that that you would get from people when they listen, when they hear what kind of music you're listening to. I'll put it this way. My family despises the kind of music I listen to. And it's not necessarily because it's bad music or it's overly loud or anything. I just now realized that I've been live streaming my full screen for a while now. It's not necessarily that my music is bad or overly loud or anything. It's that the kind of music that I often listen to is really, really foreign. It's either Spanish, it's Japanese. I listen to a lot of Japanese pop music. Or, you know, just stuff that they just do not understand, that they don't get because of that. And they often just find my music incredibly obnoxious to listen to because of it. When they also listen to music that does not have any sort of actual lyrics, it just has plain old gibberish as music. Like, I don't even know how that song goes exactly, but just one of the most obnoxious, worst songs that I've ever heard in my life. They love that kind of stuff. But then something from Japan, like just Japanese pop, they don't get it. Therefore, it sucks. And I just don't get it. To me, it sounds like a double standard. But, I don't know. Just let them be. I know, I know. Yeah, it's just something that I find really interesting. I need to clean this frickin' ballad song. It's getting really dirty. Yeah, let's make some bookshelves. Apparently I also had a couple more books over here. That's nice. How many bookshelves will I be able to make? 10. Well, okay, 3. Not bad, but also not good. I need to speed this process up by a lot. Some people might say, "Oh, why don't you just cheat?" Because I'm not gonna be cheating all the time. I've cheated pretty badly when I was during my time on here. I don't want to do that all the time. It doesn't bother me when it doesn't necessarily bother me either. It's just something that I find funny. Of course, I understand. Everybody has different tastes in music, and that's all good. It's not something that I typically mind. Like, some of my favorite songs of all time are actually songs that some people might consider absolute garbage tier these days. One of my favorite songs of all time is actually one that most people absolutely despise, which is Rebecca Black's Friday. And one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite songs of all time is because it's just really catchy and it's so earnest about itself. It knows what it is. It knows that it's just trying to make a quick buck. And it also seems to know, at least from my perspective, it seems to know that it's terrible. And I think that's really funny. And also, Rebecca Black really did not know any better back then. She was just, she was 14 years old. She was given this opportunity to make a song. She had no idea what the heck was going on, how any of this stuff worked. She had a really bad director. And everything was just really not working for her. So... I strongly disagree with that if people say every entity that's not from heaven is evil, that's just not it. Okay, apparently we're having religious discussions all of a sudden in my live chat. Every big artist started at the bottom. That's definitely very true. I still remember when I started making YouTube videos in 2012. I was 12 years old at the time. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just making random bullshit that I just thought was fun and that also happened to be popular at the time. So my voice sucked to listen to, even more so than it does today. It's still terrible, but it sucked even more to listen to back then. I was stuttery, I was nervous, I didn't know what to say half the time. I was trying to impersonate TV hosts from the time. That really did not work. And it's just... My streaming career is on hold now, but I'll resume that once I'm okay again. I just died. Really badly. Oh boy. But yeah, I'm definitely really glad with where I stand today with making content. Back then, all of my videos were also in Dutch. I would not start making English content until much later. It was only in 2020 that I actually started making Dutch content. English content. Sorry. Dutch content. The fuck. That I started making English content. And the only reason why I even make English content at all these days is because I just wanted to. I thought it would be a fun little thing. I thought it would be interesting. You started around the time you and I met, right? Nope, not even close. Because I started making YouTube content way before we met. I started when I was 12 years old. I was around 16 when we met. Which is about 9 years ago. Holy fucking hell. Am I ever getting old? That's crazy to think about. But anyway. But yeah. Making YouTube content also in 2012 was a really fascinating experience. I absolutely loved making content back then. I still love making content, but 2012 was such a different time for YouTube content. It's honestly crazy to think where we came from and where we're at now with content. I thought that would be a rude thing to... No, absolutely not. It's totally fine. I get that question a ton for as to how long I've been making YouTube videos. And I always thought... I think that questions like that are always just really fun. Because they make you think about where you started and then where you're at today. And again, YouTube was such a different platform back when I started. It was a wild ride. 2012 was the rise of YouTube, right? Well, it depends on who you ask. 2012 was definitely the year that YouTube content started to become pretty dang big. Like, that was when content was actually starting to become content. Everything prior to 2012 was basically just fuck around and find out. Also, let me just check what Clarymouth is doing here. It is looking pretty sick. From what I can tell. Me likey. If I resume making videos again, I might make videos about how to handle crystals. I'd say go for it. That sounds like a pretty interesting video idea. Is there a wandering trader here? I feel like I need to address stuff about energies and stuff. I think that's a pretty interesting idea for a video. And I'm not even Galaxy. Alright. Oh my gosh, there's so many cherry trees here. I love it. It's so good to look at. I love it. I don't care. I love it. The wandering trader is invisible. Yeah, I noticed. Alright. Oh, God. I'm really sorry, guys. Today has been a really busy one. I've been packing all of my stuff today to go on vacation for a week. And it's been really tiring. I'm actually really happy that everything is done and that we're ready to go. That information is classified for the time being. I am not going to disclose any of that information for obvious reasons. Not here. I might talk about that in a later video when I get back, but for the time being, that information is going to be classified. I am very excited about it, though. I'm very glad that we're finally ready to go and that I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore, but alrighty. I think that's enough for me for right now. I will talk to you later. I might actually just do a quick tour of everything that's going on in this server. But for the time being, I think that's about enough. Yeah, I think with that, we're gonna leave it at that. We've been going at this for almost 1 hour and a half. I think that is plenty of time for a live stream, especially for a live stream where I'm basically just saying, hey guys, I'm gonna be going on a vacation for a little while. There won't be any PhoenixStarYT related content. You might see some on Blue Sky the following week, but you're definitely not gonna be seeing much of it here. Yeah, that is basically all there is to say about that. Have fun on your vacation, mates. Speak to you soon. Yeah, thank you. Will do. If you want to see more Koen's Corner, subscribe, all of that stuff. You know how this sort of thing goes. You've seen it before. Alright. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.